an uphill struggle, is it, to get this message out to kids? Obviously, every Sunday they're tuning in and watching these pros play, and they obviously idolize a lot of these folks. They want to be like them.
Well, that's part of the message that we were sending today, is that our youngsters are the people who are the future, and we have to do things right on the NFL level to send the right message. That's why I'm here at the invitation of the Congressman, and to make sure people understand we support these programs that make it clear that young athletes, older athletes, should not be taking these illegal substances. We're going to continue to do that in every form we can. Our players speak about this. We had players that participated in the Power by Me conference several months ago. I'm proud of what our players do in this. So we're all working hard to make sure we send the right message.
What kind of an impact do you hope that this has? As the commissioner of the NFL, talking to these young folks, what kind of an impact do you think your words have on them, or do you hope they have?
Well, you always hope they have a positive impact and that they're listening. I think their questions were very good. I think they were listening. And as a young individual who used to sit in that auditorium listening to others, they made a difference in my life. And that's what you want to do. That's what the Congressman has made it clear to me. We all have a responsibility to make a difference in the lives of our young people.
How much will the NFL insist on HGH testing as part of the program?
Yes, we will.
And why is that important?
For the same reason we're talking about here today. Performance-enhancing drugs, we don't know the impact that these performance-enhancing drugs have on the health of our individuals and the health of the younger generation that might take them. So we want to make sure that they're not a part of the NFL and hopefully not a part of sports.
Do you believe their players still circumventing the rules because of the testing? They're ahead of the curve of what you guys are trying to do, Commissioner?
Well, I think that's a challenge with any professional sports league in their testing program. You always have to modify your testing program to stay ahead of the people who are trying to cheat the system. And we'd be naive to think that people aren't trying to cheat the system. But we have to have the best testing program to be able to offset.
Where do things stand during the negotiations on HGH testing? What was the players' response to you saying you wanted part of it?
Well, it was part of a broader proposal on where we go with our drug program. And I made it clear to the kids in the room today that integrity in the NFL is incredible. It's critical. And we have to make sure that we're doing everything possible to have the best drug program in sports. And making changes to our program is critical. And we have done that over the years. We need to do more, including the inclusion of HGH testing.
Did the union indicate a willingness to do that?
Well, we're still in negotiations, in fairness. I think I'd rather let them do it, but I believe they recognize the importance of doing it.
Commissioner, would you comment on the concussion issue, please?
Yeah, we spoke about the concussion issue, which is another element of the Powered by Me program, which I think is terrific. As you all know, we put in significant changes in the NFL over the last several years about recognition of the injury, the treatment of the injury, and also significant resources behind research. But awareness of concussion injuries have grown dramatically over the last several years. We think that's very much a positive, not just for football, but for every other sport. The second highest rate of incidence in concussions is actually girls soccer. And we think we're making a difference in other sports by bringing the awareness of when you have these injuries, make sure they're treated properly.
A concern that maybe the message is getting lost with the fans because of what's going on with you and the players over this lockout. Maybe the message is getting, a little bit fuzzy with the fans and the people out there because you're going through a lockout right now. The message about drugs and what you guys are trying to do, because fans want football first.
I agree with that. Fans want football, but I think this message, when you're talking to 700 young individuals, boys and girls who are playing sports, looking up to professional athletes in the leagues, I think they do listen. And I won't waver on that.
But let me say this too: that the message is getting through, because if there's any drug issue that we hear about more, it's about high school students using banned substances. I'm telling you, parents are concerned about their kids, and you will never convince me that a parent is more concerned about a football game than seeing that their child be the best that they can be. And so we've heard that over and over again And that's why it was so important that the commissioner be with us today. And I want to thank you again, Mr. Commissioner.
Commissioner, as far as the lockout,
Last
as far as the lockout, do you think we're gonna have NFL this season?
We're all working towards it. I think the faster we can get back to negotiations, the better we can do that. We need to get back to the table and start addressing those issues so we can get ready to play football. We are making all preparations for the 2011 season.